Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Monster Train. I figured out what I should have done differently in the last run. Probably take another champion. I think the incanting was a little slow, but you know what? We're on a new run today. Covenant rank 25 Seraph has 1,000 extra HP, last divinity 1,500. This rarely seems to matter. You either dominate or you're dead. Feels like that's the general gist of things. Let's depart random. Let me just adjust my microphone slightly and take a drink. You again. But you know what? There's some very strong Stygian Awoken combinations with the Soul Guard, that is. Because if you get Frostbite, you have healing, and then all of a sudden you can heal your tank who's applying Frostbite, and then you don't need a Frost tank. You're a Frost Shark. You already got one. Buff, debuff, Seraph does counteract both regen stacks and Frostbite. Well, I mean, we don't even know if we're gonna get Frostbite. Let's Talos Daze, Fell, Spell Shield. We do have an unnamed tome, which is nice. Better sting spells. As is, we only consume one card, but we literally have no stings, and I'm not a big sting fan. Like, I'm not gonna add them to the deck. Wildenton is pretty nice with those. But I'm also not really gonna be consuming too many cards. We'll consume a few. I don't know, maybe stings are a little bit more takeable now with sting spells get plus 20 magic power. I mean, we could just go 25 gold, get some money. These are both real bad though. I mean, they're both real bad, at least for the deck archetype that we have. I'll take the Quill though. At the end of turn, freeze a random card in your hand. I really like this. I really like Iron Drop Cage. I do like spells getting an extra slot. The problem with this is that it's almost worthless for a long time. But to make like a plus 10 magic power and piercing, plus 10 magic power, holdover glimmer that's intrinsic or something, you can make some powerful freaking spells. Icicle Fracture, freeze a random card in your hand. I guess if you don't play anything, you can just keep it for the next turn, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not worthless, so I think it's worth something. We do get Frost, so I'm just gonna take it. I'm not gonna deal with that 45 champion anymore. If you have the starting relic of double incants, it's way easier to work around, but otherwise, it's just so hard to keep that guy alive. He just takes so much bloody damage. But at least here, you're dead. I know we're gonna Ember Drain ourselves, but that does stop the Gold Goblin from escaping. Unfortunately, they were here and they're gonna get away, so that's unfortunate. Also, our champion is gonna die, but at least the champion's taking the enemies with them. And in theory, we might be able... I don't know why I'm playing that. In theory, we might be able... to kill this boss even without that. But it's gonna be a little harder, because you have 6 lifesteal, and you're 160, huh? I mean, I actually don't know if we're gonna be able to kill you. You know what, with Frostbite, I think we'll be able to get you. We just gotta get the Frostbite cards. Also, that's 30 damage. Also, get Glimmered, heal up. It's pretty bad, all things considered. Because you are just healing, unfortunately, but you're only gonna hit the pyre once, maybe twice. Okay, that could have been way worse. The problem with the Frostbite champion is that they have no HP, but the benefit of the Frostbite champion is that you don't have to play 15 cards in order to get them out. Offering, I like. I just like it. But we have 2 spell weakness cards. We could take like a Helical Chrysalis or even a Titan's Gratitude and maybe make something happen. We don't have a big spell, so why don't we take a big spell? Steel Enhancer, Razor Sharp, Restoration, Detonation. We really do like Restoration, Detonation. We want to be able to stack up heals at some point. We have no units. I think we're gonna go Awoken and spells, because I would love to get a tank. We did get one. Now, ironically, this was the other option for Sting spells, get plus 20 magic powers, that you might be able to get a Vine Mother or something like that, but I didn't want to rely on getting one specific unit. There it is, though. Summon, add 3 stings to your hand. No, I think we just want the tank. This is not a very good Seraph for us to be fighting, honestly. Buff, debuff Seraph, but we do need something that can get us to Seraph. So we're gonna take this. Double stack is essentially meaningless. Magic power on the Glimmer is meaningful. And I think I will reroll just to get 2 cheap upgrades. Holdover would have been nice, but it's not necessary. And I'd rather not purge the Glimmers. I'll just make like 1 good restore, and we'll make the good Glimmer super cheap. I don't love it. You know what, we could have taken the gold and made something holdover, but I don't really think we have a good holdover spell to begin with, other than the Glimmer, but even then. You know, we've got 2 in the deck, I'd rather just upgrade the other one. All right. I mean, that's basically as good as you're gonna get there. Now unfortunately, we keep getting the Collector on the wrong floor. You know what, we should probably put Soul Guard here. That way, we have our bases covered, and if the Collector's in the middle floor, we can get it. Because that would have been already plus 100 gold that we don't currently have, and you know, I would have liked to have gotten that gold, so. So yeah, Soul Guard should definitely go on floor 2 from now on. You're making it. Now you're not. Unfortunately, everything else about this situation kind of blows. You're gonna do 1 damage to the pyre. You literally had 1 HP. You're gonna make it. You're taking 50 damage. We're not gonna take too much more. We took another 4, but we're not gonna take too much more at this point. In fact, you're gonna die. How the heck are we gonna kill Seraph? We really do need to start building into units. We need some good units. Plus 10 magic power is not good enough, though it is good. I actually don't really like any of this. Admittedly, the Mollusk Mage can really heal a lot and very quickly. So you know what, I will take it. Steel Enhancer or Razor Sharp? I guess it depends on what units we get, because if we can get a Animus Multi-Striker, you know, the Razor Sharp's pretty good. It's kind of exactly what I wanted, wasn't it? Minus 15 and Multi-Strike, plus 15, plus 15, Rejuvenate, Cultivate, plus 10, Incant 2. We need a unit. We need a big unit. Now, do we go for another unit? I kind of like the idea of getting artifacts here, and then maybe something else that we can use as a unit. Gain 7 energy on turn 1. We're not gonna need it. But we also only have 1 consume card in the deck right now. It is 5 healing per combat. What the hell are we gonna do with 7 energy on turn 1? The answer is nothing, so sure, I'll just heal 5 per combat. I mean, it is really good. You could put the Siren on the same floor as your champion. multi-strike. The Animus of Will doesn't need multi-strike. The Siren could use some multi-strike, and we already have a Frostbite. So sure, give me a Siren, and summon random units is not what we're looking for, because order is going to be important for us. Silence when they enter the train could be pretty good. Okay, I mean, yeah. So then we have a 33-33 Animus. They're huge, and they're unplayable, except on their own floor right now. But we could do something with this. We could, now I wish we had absolutely taken the thing that lets you summon 4 units, because I could just duplicate this a whole bunch. But what we could do is we could get the Animus and like descend them or ascend them. If we could add some floor manipulation into the deck, we could make something happen with this. So you're also hitting for 11. I really don't think we can play anything, really. Soul Guard on the top floor, maybe. There's just so much incoming damage. This is absurd. Because like 15, your restoration, you're gonna have 25, and you're still taking 26. So I can't even keep you alive, even with restoration detonation. I mean, there's 31 damage coming in. Soul Guard dies, the Animus dies, the Siren dies, so we ignore the bottom floor, and instead, we're going to play you here, you here. Oh, you know what? We do get to freeze it. We do get to freeze it. I should have remembered. But now you can get played. We want big heals on you. You might as well. You might as well. At least you're living. And then let's incant again. The Siren, yeah, she's just here to do what she can do, whatever she can do. That's big. That's big. You're gonna get dazed? Yeah. So, you know I can remove the daze. Now you're doing 109, and you know what? Boom, now you're doing 138. Now you're dead. Yeah, we need ascends and descends. I keep repeating it, but it's the only thing that I really care about right now. You're dying, there's no way I can keep you alive. You, I can keep alive. I really do feel like maybe capacity is the way to go right now. So we can fit the Animus behind another unit, but they can't fit behind the Thorn Hollow, they're too big. You know what, I do consume one more card. And you have 34 Frostbite, you're probably dead anyways. Okay, you're dead, beautiful. This is gonna be very tricky though. We only get one more unit, which is like the ultimate scare factor. How the hell are you gonna do this on one more unit? Quick is nice, but I don't think we're quick enough. Draw a unit plus 20. Really, the only thing we care about is the Animus, but our deck is too thick right now. I guess quick is helpful. It's quite helpful. Punch my microphone, I apologize. Minus 15 and multi-strike 1. Plus 5, plus 3, plus 10 magic power. Plus 5 and incant 1/1. Plus 15, plus 15, plus 1 and spikes 10. Train stewards. Plus 15, plus 15, plus 1. I mean, if we put the Awoken Hollow on the Animus, then whenever we heal it, it'll buff itself and we can make it quick. Is that good enough? Literally nothing else could go on the floor with it, but it would be a big unit. And we can even upgrade it again if we really want to. I don't think we need another tank, because we're about to have our champion upgrade again. I think the Awoken Hollow is what you're looking at, and then you can maybe meld this into something else. Your capacity is going to be absurd, but I think we have to go capacity. Your capacity is going to be absurd, but you might be able to make it such that you can... And you know what? We could duplicate the Animus immediately. Have 2 Animuses, one of them quick. I can't think of any other way out of this other than doing that. You put the Hollow in the Animus, they get another 15/15. You make them quick later. All of a sudden, they're a 48 times 3, and then you also have Razor Sharp helping you out, and then you can duplicate the unit immediately. Sounds pretty good to me, right? You could also put the Siren inside of them so that they start +5 and they incant 1/1. But if they rejuvenate and gain 2, that's worth a little bit more. Because Cultivation increases attack and health. So you can make an extremely strong Animus. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the right. If we get a Sweeper, we have a Book of Quickness, we can do something with that. Okay, and now I'm thinking, okay. Meld the Hollow into the Animus, and later we can meld this Hollow into this Husk Hermit with Quickness. We're doing a lot of future planning here, and I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but you know, it's something. Upgrade my champion. Frostbite, thank you, 50 HP. I'm like, okay, sack you, put you into the Animus? I mean, you're real freaking good. You're real good. We don't really need a Sweeper. If we have our champion. You know what I'm saying? Dude, what about an intrinsic quick book so you can always save it by not playing it or play it on an Animus and make a quick 150 damage unit. This seems really good. I know we're getting kind of high in the pack shards, believe you me. I don't think we need a Glimmer for 32. I think we gotta cool it on the packs slightly, although I am gonna dupe my unit. We're now at 80. Restore all health when they move up the floor. Honestly, I don't foresee this being a big problem. This is one of those weird situations where I've actually built some absurdly powerful units early, very early. So they're hasted. You definitely still play Soul Guard at the bottom, and then eventually they're gonna have to go through floor 2 and floor 3. We have enough energy to play everything. We're gonna play this, we're gonna play the Siren, you might as well. Might as well. If a unit has like 150 HP moving up, they're still gonna die. I hate that we actually cannot kill the Collector again. We're killing the unit, we can't kill the Collector. Are you kidding me? Well. Just gonna have to accept that money is gonna be a little bit tight on this one, but we're taking the trial. We are taking the trial. Now you dying, there's nothing we can do about that, really. You're just gonna die. You know what, there is something we can do about that. We can put a Husk Hermit out. Helical Chrysalis is not enough, but we're not gonna. You have a damage shield, don't you? We're not gonna stop him here, is the problem. But we do have an Animus on the top floor. You're gonna restore all health when you move up. How much damage are we taking? Also, why are you not? Oh, because of the freaking damage shield. Okay, I mean, I think we let Soul Guard die, but by putting the Husk Hermit down, we'll stop him from ascending to the top. I can't keep him alive. I just don't have the regens in the deck. But at least now you're dying, so you're gonna move through all of the floors to make it up to the top. So we can play you. You have cultivation triggers, so you should always get heals. And really doesn't matter what else we play. We gotta cultivate on these Animus, as I'm realizing. It's a big part of this. Because every single cultivation trigger is, you know, +2/+2. Even right now, Razor Sharp is +10. This is +4. But you also get the health out of it, right? I'm also realizing that Siren is almost worthless right now. We haven't dealt with the incant at all. Like the Animuses are the important units here. They're not very tanky, which is a problem. Rather, if we can ascend and descend, we can move them behind a proper tank, but we can't really do that right now. You're gonna make it up, but you're gonna die. I'm not worried about you at all. Instead, we're just gonna make you stronger. This is already held. You know what? I figured. And you are already silenced. We have a lot of silence happening, which is nice, actually. It is nice. +10 magic power. It's not gonna matter, but I don't know, let's try to leave it in hand. Might as well. Perfect. I mean, you're dead. So we managed to get the Animus pretty stacked. They had 80 HP by the end of that. That's pretty good. Freeze a card in your hand, offering sap. We can't really play the offering. I like freezing a card. It's kind of just like a free draw. And then we have a descend. Okay, so we can now, if we make this holdover especially, we can build one super floor behind a tank. I actually think that maybe spells is more important because we get a free relic, and if we can get holdover, we can build immediately, essentially. I do like the left path, but a free relic and trying to search for holdover is really nice. If we don't get holdover, you know, magic power and consume, minus energy costs, we still have options. What are we doing next? Probably, I like this. Caverns plus remove 2 cards. We could also get spells here, but we might just want to go really heavy into the spells and try to find what we need. You know, if we can get 2 Animuses behind a Thorned Hollow, hell, if we can get them behind a Husk Hermit, we're happy. We'd probably rather have him behind the Thorned Hollow, of course, but. So I'm leaning into heavy spell upgrades. If we need to find more spell upgrades. And then I really like this for unit upgrades because we can probably get something here for our Animuses because they need more. More, like quick innate would be nice. Large stone, I mean, we could make it work. And then here, I always prefer duplication at the very end. So 2 card removal, 2 duplication, or 2 card removal, 1 duplication, and upgrading spells. So are we really going heavy right path? I like it because we do get at least 1 concealed cavern. And I really do think that the spell upgrade would be super important. Unit upgrades are still nice, but this also gets us a free artifact. And I think our units can kind of survive for right now. Incanting twice is really nice. Rooted on the top floor is also good. We only really incant on 1 unit though. Well, 2. We got Soul Guard as well. It's still worth getting. I may have built the run differently from the beginning had we gotten this early, but it's still a very powerful relic to have. And this is I got literally exactly the thing that I wanted. Now here's the question, can I make it cost -2? I can. So now that being a free play, and I think we go pretty heavy into upgrades here. That being a free play is actually insanely good. 60, what's 60 plus 100, 160? Tell you what, let's make, I'm okay paying 1 for the quickness. Let's make, dude, our deck is so cheap, we have to go card draw next. Everything that we have costs 1 or 0 right now. Look at this. Except for units, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 free spells. So I actually don't even think we make something cheaper. I think we just make better restores that also do 30 damage. And then I'll reroll and look for plus 10 magic power. We didn't get it, but we can still make good restores. We're always going to be happy to play the Glimmer. And I don't even think we need any of this. If we double up on the Siren and put the Incanter inside of the Incanter, we can make it Incant plus 6 per Incant. But that's clearly not important, I think. Because we have Animuses. The Animuses are gonna do everything we need them to do. Really what we want, and this is kind of weird, we want to Animuses on the top floor, Thorn Hollow in the middle, and just descend them. We just wanted to send them constantly to make one floor with 25 to 30 capacity on it. Multi-strike units. The Sycophants are very annoying, but with spikes, they're not that bad. I think we can do it. It's certainly rough, and you are a sweeper, unfortunately. It's certainly rough, but if we get our tank out with spikes might even be horrible, but I'm gonna believe that we can do it. So getting this early is really nice. In fact, I'm looking at it and I'm quick on the Husk Hermit, heals on the Animus. We can get the Husk Hermit pretty stacked pretty quick. Quick on the Animus though does get 3 kills immediately. We could also build here and then get us 1 more turn to draw a Glimmer. I think that's what we want to do. Soul Guard, Husk Hermit, Animus, Descend, quick on probably the Husk Hermit, because they're going to get hit by the Rejuvenate from the Animus, so we want them to be stronger, I think. And then the middle floor is just going to be disgusting. If we get this guy to plus 10 attack, he will kill all these units in the single hit. And in fact, you know what? They're silenced too. And we're gonna get this holdover every turn. And since we're getting it every turn, oh right, they also died at jack strips. Since we're getting it every turn, we can bring a Siren down if we want. Welcome to the show, right? Hee yeah, hee yourself. Anyways, you're all dead. You might as well just pop that down. I guess the Siren's gonna eat some of the attacks from the Sweeper, but that's okay. Because now we have Razor Sharp. Now they're all dying. You're hitting us and we're taking 16. I'm not really that concerned. I still think we just kind of do this. We're in the wrong order with our units, but this, you can see how absurd that this could get, right? Look, I'll descend you next turn. I got nothing else to do. I think a Mollusk Mage is an easy choice. You know what? You're dead to the sweeper. We're taking, what, 8 damage on that turn? Now, look, you're gonna be a bit of a problem. I still think it's not gonna be that bad. You gain spikes. You get incanted. You get rejuvenate triggers. Rejuvenate triggers will go to the Mollusk Mage and they're dying in one shot. I think we're just gonna give you a little bit of spikes and survivability. What happened? Oh, we healed our pyre. I mean, if we healed our pyre, then what we should do is just play another consume card on this turn. There you go. Now you are doing a lot of damage, admittedly. Does anyone have health? You have health. Okay, consume can go to... It can go to the cultivator right now, I think. This can go to the cultivator. Oh, it's not once per turn, it's any consume card. Oh, that's strong. Anyways, you're dead. So this is how we want the fight to progress. Our champion is a totally viable tank. We don't need, oh, that's so good. We don't need the Thorn Hollow out on the front. Extra energy is really nice. We don't need more books. We don't need a Glacial Seal. Although admittedly, armor would be better than Frostbite. I don't think we need another one of these. I don't think we need this. Awake is wonderful. We do need bigger heals. And this is strange, but I got all of the upgrades I wanted, I got. So we don't need to go to the Merchant of Magic, but if we do, we can make the Awake cost 1, which is really nice. And it helps keep the deck really cheap, which I like. We cannot afford a trinket, so if we go left, we're getting card removal and a Hellvent. We don't need Pyre Health. We don't need the Awake to be cheap. We can always just retain it and then play it on a different turn, or we can play it on a turn when we play 2 units. So maybe left for card removal and a Hellvent is a little better. This is also fine. What I would like to see from this is pull to the front or push to the back, and then maybe we can get the Thorned Hollow to the front regardless. So I like, in that case, maybe like armor. Helps to keep a unit alive kind of in the immediacy. And then a heal is nice. And then a pull. Card draw or increases gold. Ooh, ew. If you leave it be, there's nothing on the card. So you might as well give it something. Do you increase card draw or increase your gold? Increasing gold is always nice. I mean, what is this card gonna be? It's gonna be a heal that applies armor, so it'll help keep a unit alive. Do you want extra draw or more money? How much money? Hold on, monster, train, wiki, build a card. The build a card event is an interesting one, because I never remember what it is. What is this event called? I don't know what this event is called. Build, oh my God. There it is, okay. You have 3 choices with multiple options per choice. Every option also has a leave. After choosing them all, you'll have a custom built spell. There are 4 categories of effects. You get 3 choices. Primary effect, deals 20 damage, heals 20 HP, buffs 10 attack. That would have been really nice actually on the Animuses. Shield is 10 armor, life is 4 regen, sludge, sap 3, snow is frostbite, spike is spikes, flame is 4 rage. Power and gold, it's 20 gold and +1 card draw next turn. We didn't get the movement one, unfortunately. I think I'm okay with +1 card draw next turn. We got a lot of good cards that we want to get to. Yeah. We're already on wing 6, so this is not going to give us that much. Let's go for the card draw. And we will take it. Maybe the +10 damage per play would have been better because we could have used it on the Animuses to buff them, I suppose. I think ultimately, regardless of what you do, I don't think there's a wrong choice, really. You're gonna get something good. I don't really care about those that much. Divine Temple, I also don't really care about this that much. We do need to upgrade our units at some point. That'll be hard to finagle, though. Units are fine. We just move them down to 1 floor. +30 magic power we don't really need. So we're gonna go to Fell. Do need to upgrade units. So this is just Armor Fell. Armor Fell is probably the easiest one. You'd love to see that. And we're just gonna do the same thing. We'll probably have the Thorn Hollow in front, Soul Guard behind. Now we didn't get the, ooh, it's a 50-50 shot. Yes! We didn't get the Descend card immediately like we did last time, but we'll get it at some point. You do have to get played. You do have to get restored. We don't need quick. We can save that. I'd much rather make sure that you are more survivable and we get that extra draw. They died to Jack Strips, which was really nice. We did get the Restoring Retreat, so we can actually start building a floor now. And we have to build a floor. So, Restoring Retreat. We'll probably play we're definitely gonna play the Animus, because we're not gonna play Forgotten Power and risk discarding it. Quick on the Animus is still almost certainly the best. Glimmer is good too. Let's start with the Glimmer. And we definitely want the quick. We can play it next turn. I mean, it won't actually save us any damage on this turn. I'd much rather play an Animus and then heal. We'll play the Tome next. We'll play the Tome when it matters to kill an enemy before they hit us. Like now. Yeah, that was very good. And then we do it again with the Consume. Incant. We have a Siren in hand. We can descend her next turn, but we might not want to, because right now the cultivations are triggering specifically on our Animuses. So like if we Razor Sharp Edge you, then any cultivation will trigger a buff on you. Then again, it's probably worth playing just because you have, you know, an incant. So let's do it. Oh no, you get stronger. I feel like the Siren doesn't really fit anymore, but they're buffing the crap out of her. I'd love a Mollusk Mage. So I will play this just to have it next turn. You know what, we should have preserved it, that way it didn't stop our draw. You know what? Incant. I mean, the Siren's now at 25. We can just like give her low quality buffs when we get to a shop, if we need to. You don't really need the Restore, but it's still the best. No one's being silenced at all. You have like 36 spikes, and we're not relying on spikes. We're not relying on Frostbite at all. We're just happy to see it to kill weak units in one hit. And if we don't kill them in one hit, we don't kill them in one hit. You know, it's like whatever. I think this time it's gonna hit end turn. I like saving that card because I can still play it on this turn for free. And you are dying. It's costing us our 2 frontline minions. The spikes is really nice. And Soul Guard is putting up a lot of frostbite per hit. We might be able to make it even better though. I can play essentially every card, so I think what I'm gonna do is bring you down. I'll smack you. Soul Guard is now living. We have no regen out there, which is a problem, but our animuses are doing a pretty good job, and the one that's quick is you know, it's nice. Apply magic power or ascend enemy units and apply daze 3 pyre bound. That's a nice card. I like it because if we don't play it, it could freeze. And it's a nice, hey, something got through, just stop them. And we like desperately need draw. If we play 2 units, we get energy. Capacity we're overriding anyways. We don't really need the energy to play anything. We just need the draw to get to all the good stuff. We have a lot of free cards and a lot of incanting that needs to be done. So now I'm looking at this like, okay, spells, but units. We gotta upgrade these units. We'll do that in a second. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. Admittedly, the Awake is really tempting on that, but let's check out the units. Quick on an Animus, I love, because now the other Animus can get the book, and then you've got 2 quick Animuses. Yeah. I mean, I think that's just what you want. If we take it, we will not be able to afford a reroll into something else. But I can put 25 HP and armor 2 on you, just so that you can be a little bit tankier. Husk Hermit, I really don't care. Thorn Hollow would be nice if he lived. So yeah, I think this is totally fine. So we've got units. Rerolling, we could buy 1 upgrade. Let's check out the cavern. We can totally afford Pyre health. We heal so easily. Units get an extra upgrade slot. All right, well now I wish maybe I had done things differently. We can still reroll and get 1 more upgrade. You know, we'd rather have this. Yeah, more health on the Hollow is good too, but well, you know, I think the health is good. I think there's no bad option there. I really do. I think there's no bad option. I still think we keep the Siren, because with double incanting, she actually can end up doing a lot of damage. It's not amazing though, because she will eventually get to a point where the enemies are kind of at scaling her, but I don't think it's that bad. And as for this, upgrade a spell to cost -2, I think I will put that on the Awake, actually. It's such a nice heal, I want to be able to play it. We don't need this, though. We don't need magic power and piercing. And then the only other thing we could do is meld. We could put Husk Hermit inside of the Hollow. I mean, that's really not a bad idea. We don't really need a sweeper anymore. Although a sweeper is still pretty good. I mean, if we get the Husk Hermit, we're totally fine putting the sweep ability on him. Siren, Mollusk, I mean, I can descend these units as I go. I don't need to meld them. Yeah? And then what are we getting next? Spikes, who cares? Next, we're getting probably spell upgrades so we can duplicate, but now that we've gotten this this relic, and now that we have a lot of money, I might honestly just upgrade the Animuses. We could double up on another Animus, or we could double up on the Descend so we're more likely to get it early, but... Okay, admittedly, this is a little sketchy, but I still believe that we're gonna make it work. I should have played that, had the energy for it. That was dumb. We're gonna hold on to the Animus. So we really just want... something like this. I can't play 2 units. I'm gonna play the Siren just to kill it, I think. Oh, you know what? The Animus might not get frozen. Oh, that sucks. I think if it doesn't get frozen, I think you just wait and play it later. You hope it gets frozen. It didn't. We've got an Animus, though, who can hopefully ice this guy. I'm not super worried about it, but see, now we can't play Restoring Retreat. You know what? No, we could. To bring you down. Doesn't seem very helpful, does it? Well, I like this, clearly. If we Restoring Retreat you, you're gonna make it up, which I don't like. You're not the quick one. You're not even killing this unit, which I also don't like. What are we gonna play? If we play Husk Hermit's Siren, we can keep Restoring Retreat. I can do you one better. Can I? I can do you one better. Play this. Now you're dead. Play this because who cares? And turn. You hurt. You hurt a lot. You love the glimmer. It still hurts, but you do love the glimmer. You're living. You love the restore. You kind of love the old magic. I kind of want to put it on you because it's a heal for 20 plus armor, which keeps you going. We're not getting hit, we are killing you first. So I do kind of like this. I also like this. At some point we're gonna descend you. It's just all a matter of when, you know? And then we're gonna freeze a card in hand anyways, which means we're gonna have too much capacity. I actually kind of like... just ensuring that we keep the restore, because we're almost certainly going to draw, well, we're not guaranteed, but we're probably going to draw Mollusk Mage, and I want to descend him. Because if we descend Mollusk Mage, our heals are going to be way better on this floor. Now all of a sudden the restore is restore 12 and the consume is 32. Which I think we're just going to play, by the way. We are losing Mollusk Mage because of the spikes, but you know, at some point you just got to accept that you know, sometimes S happens. I think we can totally play Forgone Power. We should play Helical then, just to make sure that you die soon. And we actually kept the restore. I would have wanted to keep the book, but we can draw the book in a few turns to play on the big guy. The boss. I don't want you to hit the pyre. We can... The pyre will take damage. We heal a little bit, so you know what? This is actually the turn where you're restoring retreat. Because by playing Siren Song, you will die to the pyre. It'll take a minute, but you will die to the pyre. We do like Glimmer still. We kind of love a restoring, or rather a restore. I'd rather play it on you because you need the health anyways and you'll cultivate. Then we can heal you, give you some armor. Then ascend you, You're gonna do a little bit of damage, but I consume cards. I can heal this HP. And now we've got our other Animus, who's now coming down. Welcome to the show. We have 51 spikes, and you're dead. Again, you're kinda getting through our units, which is not ideal, but at least we're getting one up on you. Razor Sharp you, Siphon you. We can give someone HP and it won't move them. And that doesn't do anything, but it's incant at least. And he started to get Frostbite. Frostbite was not in play at all until our front tank dies. Apply Daze 1 to all enemy units, discard your hand. I can't really discard my hand because I tend to have stuff in hand that I want to play in the future. I like this though, to draw more. And you know what? We don't have to play our champion behind the Thorned Hollow. We could put the champion in front. Whatever the first tank we get, that's the one that's going into the front. And if we can put units behind Soul Guard, we're gonna put Animuses behind the Soul Guard, you know? Order I don't think quite matters here. I really do like the idea of just getting more upgrades. I also really like the idea of upgrading my spells and then duplicating an Animus. We could have 3 Animuses. There's nothing wrong with 3 quick Animuses, I feel. This is half stack Seraph. The problem is definitely getting to Restoring Retreat fast enough. But even if enemy units get up early, I don't really mind it. I guess, like, here's the question. Here's the concern. Do you get more value out of upgrading your units, or do you get more value out of doubling a good unit that you already have? Because the Animus is already good, and doubling up a quick Animus is helpful. It does give us more pack shards, but it also gives us removal, and we can upgrade spells to be cheaper. Like Awake could be free, and Focus Growth could also be free, or less expensive. We tend to have energy. Actually, we tend to not have energy, because if we play a unit on the top floor and descend them, they're gonna have Ember Drain. So cheaper cards would be nice, and then we can double an Animus. Yeah. Quick. How much damage is this? 150? So we have 450 quick damage. It's pretty good. I think I'm okay removing. And in fact, what I might do is remove the Husk Hermit. As a one-off, it's nice to have. We'll probably remove Forgone Power. I want to play my spells, not exhaust them. So yeah, let's go to the right. Remove the Forgone Powers. They're free, but they're also not really that good. We'll probably check out the artifact. Let's check out this artifact. Frozen cards are reduced to 0. That's extremely nice. 10 cards turn 1 is also really good because we're guaranteed to be able to play everything with Hell's Banners. So I think you take that, I think you take this. Leaves you virtually no cash, but I think I'm perfectly happy with this. You can give me more health. You can be cheaper. And I'm gonna double my Animus. And take an artifact. Enemy units get -1. That's real nice. That's real nice. This is double spike damage, which is also great, but not necessarily on this Seraph. But enemy units just being weaker is pretty nice. I don't know if it's worth it for the packed shards, but it's a good unit to have. So on turn 1, we're gonna draw 10 cards and we will be able to play everything. Everything important. We didn't get the Descend, and we do have 3 Animuses in hand, but one of them will retain. One of them will retain. So you're gonna be the tank. You need to get played. Do you have Quick? You have Quick. You don't have Quick. I'm still gonna play this. In fact, we should play the Siren. We can make the Siren quick. Now you're dying and you're not hitting me. Beautiful. One of the Animuses will freeze. Because I'm playing this, and then this, and then this. So as soon as we get Descend, that's a free play. We didn't get it yet. That's okay. Our champion is dying, but they're not dying for long. Actually, you know, no, we can keep him alive. This guy is 24 times 2, though. He's kind of ridiculous. But now we're living. This is a nice little incant up there, but I'd rather probably incant here for the double. House Kermit can die. Yeah. I want to get to the Thorn Hollow, make sure that that stays in hand. We don't really need it, I suppose. You know what? Go ahead. Kill these units. You don't matter, because I have Soul Guard, and Soul Guard can tank while the Animuses do their job. So you can tank here, have fun, by the way, do some damage, by the way, get dazed. The boss is now dazed for 3 turns, by the way. And then if you save a Foregone Power, you save a Foregone Power. Draw more cards. Admittedly, it could have been nice to duplicate the Descend, because it is kind of a critical component to our run. But if it takes a while to show up, usually, I don't think it's that bad for us. I don't think it's that bad. I think we can make it work. So you're quick, you're quick. You should probably still get this, but let's see what we're doing. We don't need to Glimmer. We could Glimmer down here just to weaken enemies. I would love to keep incanting up here, though, for the Siren tank and for the Soul Guard Frostbite. You're dying, you're not hitting me. As we descend our Animuses, these guys are not gonna be a problem. I think we accept that this floor is gonna suck, and we don't care about this floor at all. So, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. And I'm gonna play this. We don't need this, we don't need this. We should probably play the book, but let's not. And maybe we'll come across some enemies that we want to actually hit them, like this guy who Ember Drains us. That would be a good guy to stop. But actually, you know what? If I descend, you're dead anyways. So what do I care? Okay, you're dying. Beautiful. Regen. Soul Guard has not really taken any damage. I think you put the regen on one of the Animuses so that they can start incant scaling. You know, every regen on one of those is +2/+2 on another unit, or themselves, I suppose. You're not hitting me. You're dying. Beautiful. I think we do accept a small Ember Drain. You have 21 stacks of lifesteal? Are you kidding me? We will buff. You know, maybe I shouldn't have done this because now the Mollusk Mage is stealing all of our buffs. I can just ascend him next turn, actually. Like, if I don't want him here, I can just say, get out of my deck. Yeah, I kind of don't want him here anymore. I'd rather the cultivation goes to someone else. Our champion is dying, which is not ideal. However, God, it's you. It's the guy who was 13 and 24 times 2. 54, 50, you know, oh my God. Okay, 54 times 3 and 64 times 3. I need to figure out if there's a way to kill this guy. There almost certainly is. We can probably do it with some tomes. Because 54 times 3 is 161. So if we play this, we're getting a kill on the first unit with the first Animus. Still got to do more. Because 64 times 3 is 172? No, 192. So that's getting a kill on the second Gilded Wing. You're doing 48 plus 28, which is 66 damage. Actually, a heal, I think, does keep you alive. Yeah, barely, but it does. And we'll get heals on the next turn. So I'm not really worried about this. In fact, what I'm gonna do is make sure that we get good cheap heals next turn by preserving what I want to preserve, and we have a restore in hand as well. And the enemies are gonna get a lot of frostbite. I mean, the boss is 200 frostbite right now because we're just incanting like sons of guns. And then, oh look, spells. Cheap awake, free restore. Should have maybe played Restoration Detonation first in hindsight, but hey, it is what it is, eh? Our Siren's a 100-100 too. They're starting to ball. We consume the quick book, so we should still play this though. We're taking no damage. There's no remaining units. So restoring retreat doesn't really matter. Let's just put some more of that on you. We could still keep restoring retreat though, and then on the next turn after this one, play it. For one more incant, I suppose. Apply spell weakness 1. We have 3 energy. We only have 2 energy in hand. Why are you losing 3? Oh right, the Siren's quick. I didn't think about that at all in my calculations. I should have remembered. All right, well, you know what? I guess the Mollusk Mage is gonna live. So our Siren is an insane tank. You love to see it. You're dead. You are hurting us. You're killing us. I honestly don't really care. Play this. Play this. Play this. I want as much like regen as possible so that you have to hit me as many times as you can, because every time I get hit, I do 136 frostbite. Okay. So it works. We know it works. We have so many relics too. God, it's so nice when you have relics. We know it works. All we gotta do now is play the right cards in the right order and descend in the right order, and then we're hopefully set. Why did you lose 2 attack? Enemy units get -1. They came out as a 7 and they turned into a 5. I don't know why that happened. Also, you have no slay triggers. Beautiful. Also, we got our units, by the way. We didn't get the descend, but that's fine because we still have everything else that we want, including an Animus we can make fast. So, Thorn Hollow goes out. Soul Guard I think I want in the back. We're going to play our... We're gonna play one Animus and save the other one. So we're gonna play you. You are quick, so the... I do this in the wrong order every time. We don't need 2 Animuses, but I'd really like to have 2 Animuses. I should have just played this one, because then I could have put the book on it. We had the energy for it. To be honest, I kind of like that, but I think that's a little bit better. Oh, thank God. Save the Animus. All right. You're not all dying, but I did get my Descend, which means you're probably gonna die. We don't need really one more incant on you, but to get you to 25, 15 is good enough for the next floor, yeah. So it might be worth it just to buff you and buff your damage output, but admittedly the spikes is tempting. You know what Mollusk Mage can live? Gives us a nice energy refund. I want to play the Siren eventually, but she's not critical right now. Let's just buff your spikes and then do more incanting. I lost the Siren. Other than being a tank, she's not super important. She's a nice to have, but not required. Okay, you're the quick Animus. But I still think what we have to do is descend you. And now this floor is taking a lot of damage. They're not quite all dying, but a Glimmer does a good job. You have Spell Shield, unfortunately. Which means I can't really Restoration Detonation you other than for just the incant triggers themselves. Well, you do want to play a Glimmer. A Glimmer. We also do want to play the Animus. She's got to go. You're quick. That did an extra 100 damage. I'm happy with that. The Husk Hermit can go. Oh, which does give us more energy to play more stuff. So you know what? Take another heal and take a cultivation trigger. Which actually did do enough damage to kill them all on that floor. That's fantastic. I think even just saying that by itself is probably enough to get the job done, because now, you know, we know that we have just so much damage on this floor by Mollusk Mage that they're not gonna get one up on us. Cheap restores can go on these guys. You wanna silence? Harvest, harvest? You know what, why not? Yeah, we go from doing 0 damage to 195 to that unit in the back, who has 8 HP right now. I think I'm happy about that. I do think that we want to make the non-quick Animus quick. You're in the middle. We're actually not doing as much damage as I would have liked. This is weird, but if I do this, you die. We can keep moving him down, though. Yeah, we have that capability, we have that power. And you know what? Helical you on the next turn will probably kill you anyways, so I like that. Who knew this Helical Chrysalis was actually gonna be important, you know? Okay, 46 damage. If we can Siren Descend, that would be lovely. You're gonna live, which means I think I do need to descend you and we'll retain the Siren. These units are actually not all dying, which is unfortunate, but I think a Glimmer hopefully will do enough. Let's see. 33 damage each. They're not quite getting you there. Oh, we got another kill. One unit only has like 10 HP though, so if they make it to the top floor, I don't really mind. But we can keep descending you and, you know, keep you down here while I murder you, which I love. So yeah, you're gonna hit the pyre once for 16. You need to come down again. Now you're dead. Now we're dead. That's not gonna, like, that's gonna change. You know what, we should have played this. That would have killed him. Anyways. It'll kill you. And you know what? Why not play the Siren then? We'll descend her next turn. She's not really that important of a unit, admittedly, but I'd still rather have her on the floor with everything else. Man, with 3 Sirens, we're still not quite doing enough, are we? You know what? I think I gotta descend you guys. I'm fortunate that I can actually kill these 2 gentlemen, but you are doing a lot of damage. Admittedly, what I could do is just let you go because this unit is dying and I need a glimmer here. So yeah, I'm gonna let you 2 hit the pyre. You're not hitting it for much, but I really do need to keep my Thorn Hollow alive if possible. We're just not quite doing enough damage down here. You have 150 armor. But I need to play both Glimmers to kill this Shadewing in the back. Although it is dying in 1 hit, but you know, so is my Hollow. If I Glimmer, descend, my Hollow's dead. I'd rather have my Hollow not die, so let's keep you around. Toss out one of these Restoration Detonations. Toss out an Awaken. Glimmer. Glimmer. I'm loving this Descend card just to keep units on the same floor as me. So we took like 24 damage, it's not that bad. Admittedly, you're both gonna hit the pyre once, so I'm kinda just tempted to let you go. But if I'm not doing anything with the Restoring Retreat, maybe I should. Like, you hit it for 8, you hit it for freaking 36. It's actually not a lot to do on this turn. So yeah, I think we'll Restoring Retreat you, Helical you. Then you need a heal. I would love a Razor Sharp. I can't believe you're healing. Like, that's weird to me. How are you healing? Doing a lot of damage there. Admittedly, our Animuses don't really scale. They just start good. They start really strong and they don't scale. Turns out though, that might be enough. Soulguard is not taking that much damage, which is lovely. Oh, right, can't play any more spells. Well, I can and can't. You're gonna hit my pyre. Ah, you know what? Get out of here. Don't hit my pyre. You're blasting for 16 times 2, but you're dead. And then, boom, you have 300 Frostbite. Like, immediately 300 Frostbite. Okay, I mean, good run. Bit wild. I don't know what we would have done if we didn't get that plus 30. I guess just try to build up Animuses, but that at least allowed me a path in my mind of what I should go for. I should go for the Animuses, so I went for the Animuses. I mean, if we got lucky unit upgrades, we could have done something. You know what I like about that? I like getting upgrades to a unit early and then being able to skip the unit upgrades, not having to focus it quite so much. Upgrade some spells, make things cheaper, add some holdovers to things that are important to have holdover for. It was really nice to have the ability to just skip unit upgrades for a while because we had Animuses that were 30-30 by default, which is really good. And the Awoken Hollow, you know, probably not super necessary. It's nice to give them the damage and the health to allow them to tank. We were able to get around the capacity problems thanks to the Descend card that showed up. Where was it? Oh, this card. So critically important. But, you know, we could have put many things inside of the Animus that just buffed their attack. It didn't have to be Awoken Hollow. But still, I mean, even if we didn't get the 30-30, what we would have done is put probably the Awoken Hollow inside of the Animuses, gave them a bunch of stats, and they would have been roughly what they are now, but it would have taken more time because we would have had to focus down the unit upgrades, but still. Useful to have that 30-30 show up when you have an Animus of Will in your hand, a multi-strike 2 unit who you were then able to add quick to. Good run. I still feel like I get a little bit lucky sometimes with the upgrades that show up, and they help. They help, you know, getting lucky. Getting that 30-30. And Soul Guard, I like the Frostbite one. I never really play the action one, but I think the next time I get the choice between phased and action, if I don't start with the Founding Steel and Cant Relic, I'm just going to take action because I really just disliked having to... The good thing about a weak Soul Guard is that if you Cant once, you're still killing support units, you know? To have to play 15 Incants to unlock them is a little much. Anyways, hey, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.